Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Trackside Talks. We are going to be doing another hot take edition, and we're also going to be covering the Belgian race, and we'll be looking ahead to the race in Hungary. So, quick little recap here. Max, this was a sprint weekend. Max wins the sprint race. Oscar Piastri wins the regular race. Carlos Sainz did quite well in the sprint race. Admittedly, not the best in the main race itself, but hopefully we can bounce back in Hungary. Why don't you say a little bit about Esteban?
He did great in the sprint. Got P5, but I think those smaller teams like Williams, Sauber, Alpine, Haas. All of them qualify higher in the sprints because I don't think the bigger teams invest as much into them, which is why we always see those good placements and good results in those, but they only end up being worth like 4 or 5 points. So I think the sprint isn't necessarily a representation of how good the car was, but it's always good. Any points are good for Haas and for Esteban, so I'm happy with P5, and hopefully we can do more of that this race weekend. And I'm excited for Hungary because Esteban always looks quicker on there. It's in his own, and it's like his only race win, so just exciting stuff.
Yeah, should be a good weekend coming up. That's an interesting thought. You talking about how like qualifying is often different in the sprint races. I've never thought about that, but that actually does make sense because I very much agree with you. I think another thing we need to look at is Lando Norris. Some people might say that he got minorly, gutted by his team. They pitted Oscar a lap earlier, and I think I think the time, I think had there been 5 or 7 more laps, Lando would have won, because Oscar was having serious degradation at the end of the race. Yeah. But yeah, I think the title fight should be good this year. It should be fun. I can't wait for Hungary. It's a nice track, and yeah, it is where Esteban got his win. All right, time for some hot takes here. I will start us off. I actually have 2 today, one of which is in 2019, I believe Valtteri could have won the world championship without team orders of giving Lewis the place or being told to not fight him too much. I think Valtteri had the potential to win the world championship in 2019. And my second hot take is that Kimi Antonelli will win a race before the season is over. And I believe it'll be in Baku.
Yeah, okay, well, 2 things. One, I believe Kimi Antonelli is a great driver, so that's a good hot take. And secondly, Valtteri, could have easily, won it. Just depends on all those little things like you said. And my hot take is that Fernando Alonso could still win a championship later in his career if he gets into a better car, such as McLaren or Ferrari, if they turn things around, or even Aston Martin now that they have who is that?
Adrian
Newey.
Adrian Newey.
Yeah. I think he could still win because his racecraft is very good still, and he's great overtakes in the midfield.
Yeah, I think that's true to some extent, but admittedly so, even though I don't like him and he's kind of a joke, I think Lance Stroll has actually performed a little bit better than him this year. So I'm not completely disproving your hot take, but I think I don't know. I think it might be too late for any sort of comeback for him. And then okay, so something we are going to start doing from now on is I'm going to be tracking our predictions for the upcoming races, and then each next video I'm gonna tally up how many points we each got from our predictions, and then we're gonna have a competition, and it's gonna be
So for the rest of the season, it's a competition?
Yes, it is going to be a competition for the rest of the season.
I like that.
And I will start. So in first place, I have, let me think. First place, I have Max. Second place, I have Oscar. Third place, I have Lando. Fourth place, I have Kimmy. Fifth place, I have Carlos. Sixth place, I have Lewis. Seventh place, I have Charles. Eighth place, I have George.
Okay.
Ninth place, I have Lance. And 10th place, I have Gabby.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. So it's more intense now that there's no point system. Okay. I have Lando in first, then Max in second, and Oscar in third. Then I have Charles in fourth, Kimmy in fifth, George in sixth, Lewis in seventh, Alex in eighth, Esteban in ninth, and Fernando in 10th.
Nice. So this will be just a fun little shake-up, and then, so each video from now on, you'll get to see a little points tally from the last weekend and, like, the full season itself, so that should be a fun little competition.
Perfect.
And then, yeah, I think that's all we have for you guys today. Zachary, do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right, perfect. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this episode of Trackside Talks. Also, possibly not by the time this video is out, but soon we will be publishing Trackside Talks on Spotify. So within the next week or two, make sure to go follow us on there and give that a listen. But thank you guys for listening, and we hope to see you soon.